Sanmaru. Is it a common name in Korea?
No.
No?
Yes?
Yes?
No. But yes. Exactly.
1, 2, 3.
안녕하세요. We are the Korean English accent
group.
Konglish, more formally Korean style English, is a style of English used by Korean speakers. It is just one of many varieties of the English language that exists far beyond the borders of so-called inner circle English, which refers to those spoken in countries such as Britain and the US, for example. The name is a portmanteau of the names of the two languages, Korean and English, and was first recorded earliest in 1975. Other less common terms include Konglish, recorded from 1988, Korenglish, which was recorded from 1992, Korglish and Kinglish from 2000. Konglish comprises English loanwords that have been appropriated into Korean and includes many that are used in ways that are not readily understandable to native English speakers. Other than that, Konglish also has direct English loanwords, mistranslations from English to Korean.
Are you curious of the history of Konglish? English language was first introduced in 1883 to train translators in Joseon. Korea became a colony of Japan from 1910 to 1945, known as the colony period. It was forbidden to teach or converse in Korean. As a result, Japanese was the primary language through which English terms of communication were imported into Korea. Following that, from the 1950s to 1970s, English was taught for military purposes. How? Because of the US military presence in South Korea, citizens must be capable of communicating with the US Army. Students were taught components of English grammar and are expected to answer exam questions in English despite the fact that the questions were in Korean. It's a technique for training spies to interpret confidential documents into their native language. Lastly, in 1970s to 1990s, English is used to learn business knowledge. The curriculum was essentially grammar-based and test-based, where during this time, Koreans were obsessed with mistakes.
Okay, next let's discuss on Korean English vowel. Korean English, or mostly known as Konglish, is spoken by using existing Korean sound. It varies from Standard English, namely General American, in terms of its phonology by some substitution of Korean English vowel. Now let's take a deeper look. As you can see in the slide, the first difference is the I and E sound. In Konglish, I is pronounced by E sound. For example, the word kid in General American is pronounced with I sound, as in kid. However, in Konglish, I is being replaced with E sound and is pronounced as kid. Secondly, O and O sound, to be compared with O sound. O and O are often utilized in General American pronunciation, but Korean speakers often pronounce it with a single vowel sound. In Konglish, O and O are produced as O, as in the word phone. Phone is pronounced as phone in General American, however in Konglish it is being pronounced as pon, handphone. And last but not least, is pronounced as and The arrow symbol in the slide notates sound moving to a lighter Korean accent. Sound on the left is a way much stronger accent, meanwhile sound on the right is way lighter accent. For example, a sound as in the word dress in General American pronunciation is produced as and as in the word dress in Konglish. Now let's move on to consonant.
Next, we are going to identify the characteristics of Korean English consonant. For our information, Korean language has 14 consonants and its total number of sounds is less than that of English. In terms of consonants, both languages use the same articulation methods. However, English have a wider range of places for articulation. Moreover, Konglish words can be formed using only a few selected consonants according to Korean phonetic rules. For example, the F sound substituted by P or W in Konglish. In particular, the word fighting in GA is pronounced with the F sound. However, in Konglish, the F sound is replaced by P or W sound and is pronounced as fighting or fighting. Besides that, the sound substituted by the. As we know that the sound are often utilized in GA pronunciations for words such as father or mother. Meanwhile, in Konglish, the word father and mother would be pronounced as fada or mother. Next, the V sound substituted by B or W. The sound V in the words such as video or Venice are pronounced in GA. Meanwhile, in Konglish, the V sound will be substituted by the B sound or the W sound. As the result, the word video from GA will be pronounced as video. Video. For another example, the word vodka from GA will be pronounced as vodka, vodka or vodka.
Here are 5 of the most famous or common vocabularies of Konglish accent. First, hairband, which was pronounced as hairband, vinyl bag as vinyl bag, service as service, gangman as gagman, and lastly, open car, or we can say convertible with open roof, which pronounces as open car in the Konglish accent.